Hi guys, it's Jess. I just got out of work. What the hell is that? I'm probably a nut fell on my... Anyways, I'm going to be telling you guys my coming out story. I don't know if it's going to be boring. I don't know if it's going to be interesting to you. I just want to tell you my story. Well, it all started off when I was 19 years old. And it was my boy's birthday party. I think he was turning 21, but whatever it is, you know, you could bring whoever you want. So I brought the girl I was talking to. No one knew I was talking to her. Everything was a secret. I didn't come out to anybody yet, but they just kind of know, you know. They didn't confront me or anything. So what happened was, mid-dinner, my mother called me and she said, "Come home." I was like, "Why do you want me to come home? I'm in the middle of dinner. Can we talk about it later?" She goes, "No, come home. And come home quick." So I was like, okay. Let's see, like, what can she possibly want to talk about at 9 o'clock at night? Anyways, so I rushed home. And when I got home, the whole house was super quiet. The lights was turned off. Everyone was in their room. My mother was in the living room. So I was like, okay, I guess everyone went to bed. At that time, I lived in the basement. It was dark as hell. So I went downstairs and I turned the corner and opened my room door. And guess who I found? My mom. Just sitting in the dark. Like, what? Who sits in the dark? Like, that's so creepy. So I said, "Ma, like, you just scared the living hell out of me. Like, don't ever do that ever again." And when I was looking at her, I knew she was crying because I saw tissues, like, you know, in her hand and all that. So I was like, all right. I looked around, observing the room, and I saw my wallet. My wallet was open. So at that time, I had a wallet that you could put pictures, like ID cards. So I had a picture of the girl at that time that I was talking to in my wallet. I guess she went through my wallet and she saw something that she didn't like. So whatever it was, I was not trying to bring it up. Just keep it on the low, you know. I didn't want to make it hot. So she said, "Tell me it's not true." I was like, "Tell you what's not true?" She goes, "Tell me that's not true." And I was like, oh man, like, where's my balls at? Let me just come out. This is the time. This is the perfect time to come out, because she confronted me about it. So I'm like, all right, Ma, it's true. I always like girls. I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to disappoint you in whatever way I can. Like, I do not want to disappoint you. I don't want to scare you. That's why it's a secret. That's why I lied. You know, I knew I was gay since I was like in the 6th grade, like, you know. So she was like, "Oh, like, stop that shit. Don't make me send you to the hospital so they could fix you. That's sick. That's not normal." And then, "Ma, tell me what's normal." Then, like, tell me what's normal. And so whatever, it got out of hand. So we started yelling. I started cursing. It was just like, because I felt disrespected. I never wanted to curse my mother, but she got me there. So, you know, Asian household, we always wear flip-flops or sandals or whatever. And my dad, he always wear flip-flops that's a little bit too big for his feet. So when me and my mother was fighting, not fighting, we were arguing. I heard flip-flops like flopping down the staircase. It was so loud. I thought it was funny. I was just like, I never heard flip-flops flop like that before. So whatever the situation was, it was my father started running down the staircase, and he kicked my door open, and he grabbed the first bottle he saw. At that time, I had a lot of liquor bottles on my table, and I had an orange juice bottle on my table, and it was made out of glass. So the first thing he grabbed was the orange juice bottle, and the first thing he did was he swung that shit at me, and it hit my head, but I fell back, so it carved the wall a little bit, so it did not hit me like directly on my head. So I was like, get the here. So what I did was I pushed him out, and I packed my bags, and I was like, I'm out of this place, because this is not a safe place. Like, I can't be myself, one, and for the first time, my dad hit me. Normally my mother is the one that does the spanking and the hitting, but my dad, he baby us all the damn time. So he got aggressive, and he got violent with me. So I packed my stuff and I left. When I got down the block, I thought my mother was about to hit me, because she chased after me, and she ran after me, and I stopped, and then she pulled me back by my duffel bag, and she was like, you better come home, because you don't want to give your dad a heart attack. He already have issues, and it'll be on you if something happened to him. So I came back. I felt bad, so I came back. I was like, Ma, I'll come back, but you have to promise me that you guarantee that he's not gonna hit me again, or else I'll leave. I'll freaking leave. So, she was like, all right, come home, and I promise you that your dad would not touch you. So whatever. So I came home. I was crying. I started crying. I locked myself in the room, and the next thing I hear is like, she's pulling the couch. She's blocking the door of my room, so she knows that I would not run away in the middle of the night. I was a bad kid, but anyways, so she did that, and the next morning, no one talked to me, no one looked at me. It's like, don't talk about it, you won't know about it, like something like that, Asians, it's so complicated. So I didn't talk to my dad since that day for a year. I don't even eat with them. It's like I treat home like a hotel. I was still going to school. So yeah, one day my dad started knocking on my door, and he invited me to dinner, and I was like, oh shit, that's a big step, because my dad, he's old school, like he has a lot of dignity and all that, a lot of pride, so he would never invite me to dinner, but he did. And I just miss my father, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna take it as his apology. So I did, and ever since then, my dad don't argue about much. He don't really talk to me about much. He don't expect anything from me. He just lost faith, but I know if I wanted to talk to him about certain things, he would want to talk to me about it, but not about that topic. I steer away from that topic when it comes to my father, because my dad do have heart condition, so I do not want to piss him off. Yeah, that's my coming out story. If you have kids, please don't beat them, because you can't beat the gay out of gay people. We're born like that. It's within. But I hope you like my coming out story, and I hope whoever is in the closet still, a lot of teens are in the closet, they're afraid. Just take your time. Like, there's no rush. My best advice is, if you know that you're coming from a strict family, and the first thing they're gonna do is kick you out, before you come out, make sure you have enough money to support yourself before you do that. That's my number one advice. But hope you guys like this. Just like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.